Oh, yes, please. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Have a great one, man. Ah, somebody was nice enough to give me a cart. Look at this. I got a cart. All right, today's task, if I so choose to accept it, which I did, is to go shopping for some groceries. Like, we need some stuff. So I got a list on my phone. Lexi looked everything up and then took pictures, like screenshots, and a total of what it was supposed to cost, so that I wouldn't mess up anything. So I feel like she ain't got no faith in me. But we're finna go in here to Aldi's. I'm not too familiar with Aldi's. I've only been in an Aldi's once. And actually, I applied to them, and they put me through 4 rounds of interviews and then ghosted me. So I don't even know why I'm giving them my money. But they had a sale, it was like 30% off. That's why we're here. So that's what I'm gonna do. So let's go. Enter this way. All right. I was wondering how I was gonna do this without. I was like, well, I can't vlog and shop with. Okay. So we're gonna go down the list. Okay, so these are potatoes. Looking for potatoes. If you've never shopped in Aldi's before, it's a different looking type of supermarket. Like it, I mean, it's a supermarket in the sense that, you know, it has food and groceries and stuff like that, but it's just a different type of vibe. But, oh, sorry. But I don't know where I'm going. So
a few moments later.
I intended to vlog all of this, but 2 things happened. One, this place is like, it's really small and there's a lot of people in here. And the other thing is, I like I said, I've only shopped in all these once before, and I asked a worker for help, and they were really, really rude. Really rude. Like I was bothering them, which is odd because the first time I went to Aldi, the employees were really nice. So it kind of sucks, but so I think I'm done. I think I got everything on the list, and it's time to check out. Let's go do that. I'm not finished. Okay, so I made a boo-boo. So I didn't open the screen all the way, and I started ringing out, and when I did, there was three more items that I didn't get, like the chicken, the sausage, and something else. And I already have it, like I already rung up everything else. You sure? Okay. All right, so unlock the card because I'm gonna swipe now. Okay. So I wasn't done. All right, and there was 3 up. So Lexi sent me 2 pictures, and when I clicked, like, I didn't click into them. I was just looking at the pictures, and when at the end, when I finally clicked in, there were other pictures there. There were other items that once the photo expanded, so I didn't get it. But all right, I guess I'm gonna leave the cart for somebody. You need a cart? Somebody gave it to me too. No problem. So I was looking at the price and I'm like, I could have sworn this was way more expensive, but it didn't it only came out to about $30. And maybe because it was on sale, but there were certain things that they didn't have that I need to go to Walmart to get. So they didn't have Harley's food, and they didn't have the coffee that Lexi drinks. Well, they had the brand, but they didn't have it in K cups. Like Lexi's coffee are K cups only. Her coffee makers only K cups. And then they didn't have her creamer, and they didn't have they had soda, but they didn't have, and they had 12 packs, but they didn't have a 12 pack of Sprite. And we don't drink a lot of soda, but when we eat dinner, I drink a lot of water, but when I eat dinner, I want something with flavor. So, and Sprite is the only thing that we can drink. Like, I used to be a heavy Diet Coke drinker, but ever since as of late, like, I've tried to like get rid of like stop with the caffeine and stuff like that, and so and I cut down a lot. Like I said, I only have a soda when I'm getting when I'm eating a meal. So but that lady was rude, man. Like, she, first of all, like, you're an employee at the store, and I walk up to you to ask you a question. She looked like she was offended that I walked up to her, like had an attitude that I asked her a question. Like, lady, you're in customer service. You know what I mean? Like, this is literally your job. I'm, you know. So she was like, that's in this section and that's in this. I'm like, well, like, can you point out where the sections is? Because I'm running, I walked around in circles and I don't see it. And then she, half-assed pointed, and I was like, whatever. Like, I just walked off while she was talking. And I'm like, some people just hate you. Like, I know that, these are hard times for everybody, but, like, we ain't helping by being nasty and rude to customers. If you don't like your customer service job, quit. Like, so, anyway, off to Walmart we go. Let's go. And Lexi sent me another set of pictures. This time I opened them to make sure that that it was expanded. The photos were expanded all the way, so I didn't miss anything. So this is pretty cool. This is my first time in this shopping center. There's a Walmart. There's a neighborhood Walmart close to us, and then there's actually a supercenter. But the supercenter is on a road that happens to be real ratchet. Like, there's all sorts of stuff. There's stories of like people getting robbed in the in the parking lot on the way to their cars and stuff, and there's been shootouts there. And so, you know, every town, every city has a what we call a ghetto Walmart. That I'm like, I'm not going in that one. So, all right, here's a cart. Does it work? That one seems messed up. Let's try this one. That one is all jacked up. That's why it was left there. This Walmart is the layout is a little different. Never seen a Walmart with a layout like this. I was always under the impression that there were only like 2 or 3 layouts to Walmart. Every Walmart I've ever been to always fell into one of those layouts. But this one I've never seen before. Books, magazines, photo, crafting, children, floor care, furniture. Sir, the pet area, the like food?
No, it's straight all the way at the end of the
Okay, thank you, sir. Yeah, see, like in the Walmart near that we're used to going to, that pet food is over by like the hygiene stuff. Like you got the hygiene and the hair care and all that stuff, and then at the very end is the pet food and stuff. But here, it's literally with the groceries, which is cool because, you know, we need groceries and pet care together, pet food together more often than we need hair care supplies and stuff like that. So it's cool that they get together. Here it is. Bam! I guess we're gonna have to go with the tenderloins because she said not to spend over $7 for them. Got everything on the list. You know, shopping is so frustrating because my time as an Instacart shopper, you know, as a gig worker, you know, they tell you, you have to, when somebody puts in an order and you see a picture, like you have to get what's exactly there. You can't just be like, well, I'm just gonna get these instead. I mean, unless sometimes you do, but more than likely, if they found it to order, that means it's there somewhere in the store. And I found myself doing that same thing for Lexi, like, well, this is what she said she wanted. So I had to pick up the phone. I'm like, babe, they don't have this particular one. I don't see it. But they have this or that or whatever. It was funny. The people at the counter, I mean at the doorways, the greeters and stuff, like, if you didn't have your receipt ready, they'd be like, hey, I need to see your receipt, and make you dig for it. But every time I have my receipt ready, I'm like, you want to see? They're like, nah, you're good.
¡Ay, sabroso! Dale tumbao, Tony. ¡Ay, qué rico, rico! ¡Camina! ¿Cómo dice mi coro ahí? Ah.
Juega, juega bonito, juega con el tumbao.
La verdad, juega.
The only thing I don't like about my apartment and it's not the apartment itself. It's the fact that there's no, like, you don't park. There's no parking up near the building. So like from where the building is to where we park is a little bit of a walk. Now it's not a big deal when you're not bringing in groceries, but you know when you got a bunch of groceries to carry, you know, and not even so much like shopping bags, but you know when you got like cases of water and soda and stuff like that, like it makes it a pain in the butt because it's a little, you know, it's a little bit of a walk. So it makes taking makes going in one trip a little difficult, you know. And there's a whole, you know, if any guys out there watching, if you're like me, you know, you try to make one trip, right? Real men take one trip, but they gotta makes it impossible.
Juega, juega bonito, juega con el tumbao.
Bueno, juega Cristian.
All right, so I put everything away, and I meant to show you, and I did have the receipt, which I meant to go over that with you. Anyway, but all right, so real quick, so we got I picked up a pack of chicken and some burgers, not burger meat, but actual like burger patties, but not the frozen joints, like the actual like ground meat that's shaped in the burger. I guess there's a difference. All right, and then I got some creamer for Lexi, another case of water because we drink a lot of water, some soda. Down there, I don't know if you can see the tomatoes. Got a loaf of bread in here. Got a loaf of bread, the Wonder Bread, some burger buns, and then some plantains because we love plantains. And then for the fun stuff here, so I got my granola bars because I love those. And then Doritos and some Oreos for the late night cravings. And then some Goya beans. I got some more Idaho instant potatoes. I don't know if this person is a subscriber and I can't remember the name, but somebody commented not too long on one of the videos and on the cooking video, and they said if you're gonna eat instant potatoes, they have to be Idahoans. Those are the best, and I agree. So got some Goya, got some red beans, some rice, and then some little potatoes, which are a favorite. We love those. We love potatoes. And then coffee. And ignore the dishes. I'm not in the wash the dishes kind of mood right now. And then small little win. So when we were going to Aldi's, so yesterday, Lexi was gonna order this, and I'm like, why are you ordering and save the money? Like, I'm not doing shit anyway. Like, at least, you know, this gives me, you know, I'm like, I'll go do the shopping, and I'm not a great shopper, but I'm like, I'll do the shopping. Like, I'm not doing anything, and besides, it gives me content, you know, it gives me something to record. So, if you're not aware, Aldi, you need to rent a shopping cart, which is kind of genius on their part. Like they make you put in a quarter to get the shopping cart, and if you want your quarter back, you have to put the shopping cart back, and then you get your quarter back, which helps them not having to pay somebody just to go and grab carts all over the parking lot, which I think is genius on their part. But anyway, so we didn't have any change. Well, we had change, but we didn't have any quarters. So we had to go into the storage because she's like, I have an Aldi bag, like a shopping bag. I don't know if you can see it over there behind Harley, but she's like, I have an Aldi bag. So anyway, we went in there and looked, and Lexi found her frother. She found the frother. She thought when my Honda got repossessed, because I couldn't pay it. Like the insurance, the the car note, like, and I had the car before I lost my job, but we couldn't pay it, so it got repossessed, and she thought she accidentally left it in the car when they came and got it. And so she was very ecstatic. She was very ecstatic when she found it in the stores that it was in like in a Walmart bag, and she was so excited. She was like, "Please take it inside for me." So we went to Aldi's because I don't know why, and I'll ask Lexi to explain this if any of you are interested. But Lexi had 30% off. Like there was a 30% off sale, and that's why we went to Aldi's. But then we had to go to Walmart because Lexi's particular about like her coffee, the food Harley eats, and then like her creamer and stuff like that. And they didn't have that. And besides, they didn't have a 12 pack. Aldi didn't have a 12 pack of Sprite, like the regular can. So that's why I had to go to Walmart, and Walmart was like 5 miles away, which wasn't bad. It wasn't bad, but it was a little distance. So that's why I had to shop in Aldi and then head to Walmart and then come back. So yeah, but I actually we got something for Harley. So we used to buy something like this for Harley ever since she was a pup. Like we bought these chewing cleans. It wasn't this one. The one we used to get her was, I have a small one somewhere. Let me see. Hold on. Let me see. Who knows where? Oh, of course, it's in my bed. All right. Well, this one is going in the garbage because she didn't tore this apart. But, all right. So, ignore what she did to this thing. But, okay, so it would look like this before it was chewed up. And this part here is like, it's meat or something. So it gives her incentive to chew. And then the hard plastic like helps, like this is really hard. And it helps clean her teeth. But when she does this to them, we don't want her eating the plastic. So this is going in the trash. But that's obviously a smaller one. We usually buy Harley the big ones because she's a big girl. But we couldn't find. Look at her. She's like, oh, I know that's for me. Is this yours, baby? So we couldn't find it. I couldn't find it. And I've searched a few spots here in the Ville, and I couldn't find it. So this is what they had. So it's supposed to smell like bacon. It does smell like something. I don't know if it smells like bacon, but let's see if she likes it. And for all those of you that are questioning why my dog is on the counter, we wipe and clean our counters with Lysol wipes every day before and after we cook. So, do you want it? It's yours, baby. She doesn't like to be watched while she's eating. That's just a little quirk of hers. Oh, look, she likes it. She's excited. Okay, Daddy's gonna stop watching you. All right, baby. So anyway, that's it. So, all right, I said all that to say we spent about less than $30. It was like $27, $28 in Aldi. And then Walmart came up to $82 and some change. And that was mainly because like coffee is expensive, dog food is expensive. So, those were bigger ticket items. But other than that, I'm gonna relax until I have to go get Lexi, and I'll wash those dishes before she gets home.